November 26th, 2023. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. And what are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about the universe. We're going to talk about metaphysics. We're going to talk about biokinetic energy and chi energy. So, where do we begin? Well, I wanted to talk about the psychic fair a couple weeks back here that I went up to Harris to. And I went and I listened to a whole bunch of lectures. They had a bunch of lectures going on for 3 days. Really interesting. Some were real, some were not. Most of them fell into the real category in this group that was doing this up there. But there were a few, and we're going to talk about that too. So where do we start here? I'm just trying to think here. Okay, I know where. Let's start with, there was a gentleman that did an hour talk on the runes. And I believe he was probably German, of course. He'd been doing it for about 30 years, and I believe he had his daughter there with him. And I was very impressed with him. I thought he did an excellent job. Now, like I say, there's people that are real. They can actually use their energy and their lineage of DNA. And actually, like I say, they can do what they say they can do. But then there's other ones that can't. So let's talk about him for a second. I want to show a book that I had a long time back. I took several classes from a tarot to even a runes class. And I actually bought this book. And I think this is by Francis Melville. Now, this book I thought was informative. It goes into the alphabets of all the different, basically, from like the Danish to the Anglo to the Swedes, Norwegian, all the different ones. So I thought, like I said, I thought this book was pretty interesting, guys. And if they have another psychic fair, there's not very many gentlemen out there that are doing those runes like that. I'm sure this guy, when he's at the main one, check him out. I've lost my, what am I looking to say, brochure like guide when I went up there. It's here. I've just misplaced it. I got a lot of books and stuff, but I will find it down the line. So let's go on from there. So then we had a lady that was teaching light witchcraft. Now, this lady, I think she probably needs a little bit more tweaking and work. She was talking about opening portals, but she was talking about not having any protection. She told this one lady in the audience talking about, now, I have my own belief on all this. And like I say, most of all the stuff that I believe is more extraterrestrial lineage from DNA and how we were made. And I listen to all this because everybody has certain parts, pieces of information to the puzzle out there, trying to put all those pieces together. And that's what I find interesting. But when this lady said that, dealing with any of this stuff, you don't need any kind of protection, I just threw a red flag up real quick. And I know that one of the meetup groups that I used to go to, I went probably for 2 years to, that was witchcraft. One of the head ladies would have probably had a heart attack. No kidding, guys, if she would have heard that. So we're going to go on from there. And where do we go next? Let's go to, there was another lady that was doing, a younger lady. I think she's about 28 years old. Doing, she looked like she was probably German too. But she actually did some with the energy, kind of like with the Reiki energy. But they were talking about doing shadow work, different things like that and stuff, and the witchcraft itself. But she presented herself a lot more professionally. We'll just put it that way. She reminded me of what would be at the oneness group. if you guys ever want to go and learn about energies and stuff, that's probably the best place to go. Probably the safest place to go is the oneness. Now, you do have everybody from underneath the sun there. From, what am I looking to say? You have witchcraft. You probably have, you got Reiki there. A little bit of Qigong, a little bit of everything. A little bit of neo-Nazis, a little bit of all of it. But they keep everything on the up and up. So I would say oneness, if you wanted to go there and check it out, that would probably be the safest out of all of them. But they do a lot of different things too. Unity, no. Definitely don't want to go to Unity. Unity, not a good thing, guys. There's a lot of bad stuff that goes on at Unity. It looks like something back in medieval times in Dracula's place out there, at least some of those things they have been there. Not good. So what I was going to get on with this was that this lady, when she did her presentation, and she did throw the energy out to actually the audience itself, so I thought she did a pretty good deal because it reminded me so much of the oneness. Now, at the end of like the oneness, if we would actually had a circle, or we had actually done our hands, top to bottom, depending on how they were doing it. And she talked about how the energy would flow. And, they all learned that basically that, you suck it in with your left, push out with your right, but you can do it both ways. Once you learn to do it, if you become like what they consider like a master, you can do it both ways. So it's not just one way. Even biblically, like what am I going to say, the church, like Paul Bigley has his own YouTube channel out there, and he talks to Mike, and Mike was talking about how the energy flows too, and he was also talking, that's how they always present it. It's sucked into the left, pushed out to the right, but you can do it both ways, definitely, if you have that ability. But anyway, she actually took her shoes off, sat there, pulled the energy up, crossed her legs, threw the energy out. And what I was going to say about the oneness group was that they do a deal, I believe it was called Diksha. And at the end, you give yourself your own energy, and they put their hands above their head like this and throw the energy back into yourself, kind of like. Interesting, though, guys. And I did think that was a good presentation. There was a couple ladies that had skulls there from all over different areas. I thought they gave a very good presentation. They had 2 crystal skulls, and they had other like a marble, kind of like granite skulls there. Found it very interesting. Some people actually got to go up and touch them. I didn't really want to touch them. I can actually just pass my hand over and feel if they got energy or they don't have energy. I just asked if I could put my hand over, around them. One of the biggest skull that they had there was a crystal. Actually, I got my hand probably about 4 inches from it, and it was just vibrating. I mean, it was just amazing. It was amazing. I feel lots of different energies, from crystals to what people give off and stuff, and it was an amazing thing. I'll just put it that way. Now, where do we go from there? Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's go with more about this energy and in some of the Reiki. I noticed that on Sunday it was more geared to either witchcraft or more kind of like to the Reiki energies and stuff, or shadow work on Sunday more than anything. So let's go there for a second. This energy, I can see auras, and I can see energy around people. I can see energy around people if they're sick, and if they're giving off different kinds of, depending on what it looks like and stuff. And I wanted to show a couple things, guys, about a few things here. I got a couple books I want to show. This, let's see if you guys can see this or not. I want to make sure you guys can see this. This is showing energy flowing underneath this person, okay? Now, this isn't what I seen, but this is just a depiction of some of the stuff that I kind of do see, depending if it's around a person's head, if it looks mushy, if it's ballooned out. Let me see if I can find another. Let's see here. Hold on, guys. Find something here. Let's see here. That would be, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see, we're wrong. Right there. Energy coming up above a person and their energy flowing up. I wanted to show some of these. Because when people talk about seeing these energies, some people act like they can't understand how they see the energy. And there was this one lady, there was a shaman. Now, I guess she had went all around down, I guess in Central America and down by the pyramids and everything else and stuff. She was actually real. And I actually could see her energy. Her energy was all around her. It looked really good. It was out. Now, it wasn't ballooned out. Like, what I mean by that is if somebody is like sick, I'll see it like if it's ballooned, it's kind of mushy. It's not uniform. It's not. And she threw energy out to the audience. And I was curious because you got ones there. You got some of the women out in the audience, and there was some men. But it amazes me. I had a couple that was over. I know that was of Unity's bunch, and they weren't giving off good energy. They had not really nothing. It didn't feel very good. Put it that way. But what am I looking to say here on this? When the lady threw the energy out, 3 people in front of me, actually their energy lit up. Now the first layer was about that big around each one of their heads. Now the 3 that was in front of me, ages I was figuring mid-20s to mid-30s. There was a lady off to the side who had a mask on. I don't know if she was sick or not, or if she just had a mask on because being around everybody or whatever. But her energy activated. I could see that. And some of the other people there, if you don't have an open mind, if you don't believe, you're not going to be able to use any of this energy. I mean, you have to have an open mind. You got to believe anything is possible. And that is something that's really important. Because without that, you're not going to go very far. But what I did find interesting was going back to the lady that presented, the younger gal that was about 28 or whatever, that was doing the witchcraft that on Sunday. There was something that I just thought about. Now they're calling some of them generators, and she called herself a generator. I don't know. I mean, either you got the energy, either you're going to be a master. Basically, down the line, you're going to be able to use this energy. But they also got ones now that are called reflectors. Now, I'm going to have to go and look at this stuff because I don't know. But the one that was a reflector actually was from Unity's bunch. But I didn't feel, like I say, I didn't feel nothing. When she threw the energy out to everybody, I didn't even feel no energy bounce off her. So it makes me wonder. Some of these people say they can do things. They can't do things. I will say this. If you want to know if a person is real or not with this energy, I can narrow it down real quick for you guys. And I can tell you how you can tell. What you do, you just ask the person to put their 2 hands out here like this. Just like I got my hands right now. Have them put their hand in the middle. Have them push the energy through the right, to the left. See if you can feel it. Now you'll either feel it as hot, you'll feel it as cold, You'll feel a tingle, or you'll feel like there's pressure. If you can't feel those four things, any of those four things, they're not real. They're BSing. They're not real. Now, I'm going to even also go another step with this. I have a friend of mine came back from Arizona, and one night we were all sitting here at the table and stuff, and I said, I want to see if you can feel this energy flow. And you tell me which way I'm throwing it from, either my right hand or my left hand. Let's see. And we have talked, I've let him know about how this energy works and everything, and about how the crystals and stuff. But I wanted to actually see if you could actually feel it. Okay. And he did. And he told me which way I was pushing it, and he did. So if you want to really make sure, if you're dealing with somebody, even if it's somebody that's healing, you're working with, you want to make sure that they actually are doing what they say they're doing. And I thought I'd get that out there, because if they can't do that and they can't push that energy, and I'm not saying they can put their hands like this together and they put their hand this close and you can feel the heat off of them. You don't have to do that. You can be this far apart. You can actually be this far apart, actually. But this gives them a normal range right about here. And they can put about where my thumb's at right there, you'll know one way or the other if they're real. So anyway, wanted to put that out there. So where do we go from there? Oh, let's talk about the Reiki energy some more, the biokinetic energy, or the chi energy. I think this is one of the best books that was ever written. I'm not affiliated with anybody. This Donna Eden wrote this book, and it's on energy medicine. And if you're actually looking to do good, or you want to keep your body in good health, check this book out. And it even shows you how to trace all your meridian lines. Very good stuff in this book, guys. Very good stuff. She's also on YouTube. If you don't want to go buy the book, go on YouTube. Check her out. She's got many videos out there that shows how to actually get your energy moving better if you have problems and stuff, and about health. She also, I believe, it's been a while since I read this, but I believe she even talked about how they used magnets. Actually, depending on which polarity, negative or positive, to help heal certain people, certain individuals and stuff, which is pretty cool, guys. So I wanted to go a little bit further in depth. We were talking about, wanted to talk about a couple other things. There was a Russian shaman. Her name's, I think it's Alla Sariskia. Is it Sariskia? It's probably not. It's probably not how it's pronounced, but she's well renowned here. And what sticks in my mind about this Energy Secrets book she wrote was she talked about in Russia how certain people had to go long distances. And what they did, we'll just put it this way, they just basically, we'll just, up through your butt, you bring that energy. All the way up through your spine. We'll just do it in layman's terms. We'll put it that way right now. And they would be able to go long distances of walking. If you can move this energy around and you have that ability, you can do that. She also talks about something else too. She talks about also, she did things on protection, about how to clear homes and stuff, using bells, also I think candles around doors and stuff, just like you would use like a selenite. Let's see here. I think there's a deal right there, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Get a chance, check out her book. Very interesting. Good information. But like I said, I think about this energy and the power and stuff that you can use it for, and your DNA. And some of us are, like I say, depending on what your DNA and lineage is, you can go a lot further with it than that. So anyway, let's see. Another good book. Magic Reiki. This one right here. Oh, definitely. This is also a must. With the energy medicine and this gives out certain symbols that definitely you want to be aware of here. And it talks about the true stuff. Like I say, there's books. I have many books that don't go into great detail. But actually, this book will even show if you're trying to heal someone, where to place the hands, where the hands above the body. Definitely also worth having, guys. Wanted to go into that real quick. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to do a fun video tonight. Let's see here. 11/11. I got lots of books on 11/11 about different things. That's another one. Star Children. It's a interesting book, too. A bit of alien in there, guys. We're all from out there in the universe. We just come from different places. And let's see, I'm trying to hurry here because I only got so much time on my tablet. One of the first books I ever got when it come to magic, and this was one that I first read, was a goth magic book. And it was written by Brendan Knight. It's a pretty good book. And it's a pretty good introduction. And one thing, I don't know if I just said, I want to make sure there was a lady that was teaching light witchcraft there. And she was talking about opening portals. And this one lady out in the audience asked her if you had to have any, how would you protect yourself? And she basically told her she didn't need any protection. And I thought, oh, I don't know about that. Whether you're dealing with interdimensional beings or like angels or demons, like some of them believe, I believe you want to have something to protect you when it comes to that crystal wise, stone wise, guys. And that I was thinking about, like I say, I went to a meetup group a couple years, witchcraft meetup group for a couple years. Even did tarot and a little bit of everything, learning about all the stuff. And the lady that taught the class, she would have had a heart attack if she would have heard that. And I thought, not good, not good. Yeah, because you always want to have something. Even if you had selenite, tourmaline, I'm trying to think what else. What's the other one? I can't think of it right now, but they always say tourmaline's pretty good though. It will do the job at least. So will the selenite to help protect you. If your energy's up high enough though, you'll probably be okay. But somebody that's just learning to do something, telling them that, they don't need to protect themselves or anything, probably not a good idea. Also, they should have sage on hand. Because sage actually, when burnt, vibrates at a certain frequency. Frequency is everything, guys. I mean, frequency is everything. I'm going to do another video on that down the line. But anyway, I thought I had to pull that back out, guys. All right, what else? The Mayans. Well, the world didn't end, did it? But we don't know where the Mayans actually went either, do we? I guess that's some of the problems, too, I get to think about when I think about all this stuff here. I think if you look at the history part of this, the British, when they came in, the Latins that were down there, I guess, they asked them if they built all those pyramid stuff, and they said no, so they were there when they got there. So where did the Mayans actually go? Was it just something that weather-wise, they didn't have enough food, so they had to migrate out? Were they killed off by a plague? I don't know. Or did E.T. take them? Never know, guys. But I don't know. I get to think about this. I get to think about the energies that I run across. Let me check my time, guys, real quick too here. Oh, I got a few minutes left here. If it cuts off, that's what happens. But I will still say there are certain people here that actually can move this energy around better than others. It has to do with DNA, where you come from way far back. Now, I believe in extraterrestrials. I believe I had something actually pop up on my arm way back many years ago that actually looked like, hey, if you look up and you see Altair, Deneb, and Vega, it looked just like that on my arm. It looked like a triangle like that. Very, very interesting. And that's another reason I started looking at this stuff even more. Because it was just like an activation. Something activated. And I think, everybody's looking to find their origin. Definitely their origin. Or where they came from. And some of us come from a lot further out there than others. Some have reincarnated. Some people don't believe in reincarnation. I do believe in reincarnation. And I do believe that we have lived many lives over and over. Some of us human, some of us more extraterrestrial, definitely. But interesting stuff, guys. Very interesting stuff. But getting on with this about the energy, I still find that I will go real quick into this, that the witchcraft bunches use like people that are light complected, red-headed. They always seem to be able to they use them like a lightning rod. They feel that they can, but they're also more susceptible to the energy too. So it can go both ways. They might be able to track more, but they can also, be in harm's way more too in that. Race blacks. Blacks have a tendency to be able to move this energy around better. Now, you got Germans out there. The Germans think they're it. No, the Germans ain't it. They can move it. They can practice the Reiki and the energies and stuff and move it around. But it doesn't come naturally. Now, my energies come natural. Now, my descent is from Irish, English, and Cherokee Indian. Is what I know of anyway. And my blood type is I think it's AB positive. It's like 4%. And you start digging into that, you end up in Mongolia, you end up in Japan, some of them. But there's a lot here to take in when you start looking at all the different things from the energies and the rest. But I do believe it plays a factor in all of it. So, just a quick little video I wanted to do, guys. Get out there. But some wield it more than others. I walk past people and I can feel their energies. Some are giving it out. Some are just don't have no energy at all. Some are sick. A year ago, I was at the zoo even, and there was a lady that actually works there at the zoo that her energy looked horrible. It was coming out of her third eye. The colors were not right. It looked mushy. It did not look good. When I see people's auras, it kind of look like wiggly all the way around. Not like it's smooth, like it's, uniform, like a beam of energy, but it's smooth in layers. You can tell. There is a difference. So, and then there's other things. Like I say, there's still many things out there. There are some places here Here, even in Independence here, that give off energy that are just stationary objects that still baffle me about why. Out here by Bass Pro, by Waterfall Park, there are some of the light poles that are aluminum out there give off an energy. And I track the stuff when actually the energy comes in from the sun to see if the aura energy goes in or out, basically more from like if there's a CME or whatever else. Now, the only thing I know about that property out there, though, is it was like a quarry at one time. They used to have like a small, like little ponds out there where people could go fishing. But they also, in that area, used to launch balloons, air balloons here in Independence. And they kind of whittled all that rock and stuff away so people wouldn't know about all that stuff. But I think there's something more below. It's actually with this energy that's causing that. I mean, like I say, it amazes me some of the stuff you see. Now, the witchcraft have their own thought about the energy that comes up like that, about other things. I won't go into detail right now about that, but I don't know. I don't really agree with all that. But I do believe that it has to do with some kind of a rock formation or maybe crystals or materials underneath the ground. Anyway, guys, just a short little video. Wanted to have a little bit of fun tonight, talk a little bit about all of it, and keep your eyes open and have a good one.